Well, good morning, my hapless fans, or prisoners. I'm not too sure which is more applicable. Anyway, as you can see, it's a beautiful, sunshiny December day. I'm at my humble abode, dressed in my absolutely fabulous Tilly hat. These things come with a lifetime guarantee, and even if you lose it, they'll replace it. It's got a secret compartment to hide stuff. It's got strings front and rear. It maintains its marvelous shape. Look at that. Don't you want to have sex with me? My God, is that a hat. I love this hat. I just absolutely love this hat. This is all mesh, by the way, but it's got some kind of weird material on the inside, and between the two, it lets the bad moisture get out and supposedly keeps the good moisture in. I've always got a summer hat with me, sometimes just a baseball hat, and I've always got a complete cover, and the in-between is the little cover for the ears. Up there is where I'm going today, which on the right is actually much lower than on the left. The actual summit is, well, I don't think you can see it. If you can see the power poles up there, that's actually the true summit. But and that's exactly where I'm going. The little rock for the true summit I call Thayer Peak because the owner's right there. And on the right we call Marmot Rocks, or because it's a series of rocks. It's actually a bit of an interesting scramble. It looks like nothing from here, but it's actually kind of a scramble up those rocks and kind of fun, and it's covered with Marmot sign. Although I've never seen one, I've certainly seen what they leave behind. A little dust in the snow last night, and there's no doubt can't see them in the video, but the deer, there's deer tracks right up the trail. They're not stupid, or at least not entirely. No worse than the average Republican anyway. And they follow the trails. Lengthening shadows, look at that. That's my house down there. Now we're looking kind of northeast, and there's the east. Can you see that rock cairn? It isn't easy to see. And now we're going to turn left here. And there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one. And I got those puppies going up to a road that the property owner built, little dirt road, little path. And that's because this is private property. I have permission to be on it, but I don't have permission to build a trail. So I don't build a trail. I just put little piles of rocks together and walk between them. There's Marmot Point, and that's a good destination. And until I started all this training, that's where I always went. But here's the private road, the little dirt track that my neighbors built, and I doubt you can tell, but it's pretty damn steep. I'm in third gear, which is means that, for example, the left foot is where I breathe in, and then I move right, and then I breathe in again on the left foot. Always breathe in on the left. Fourth gear, you breathe in on the left, you take 2 steps, you breathe in on the right, you take 2 steps, you breathe in on the left. I've got 6 gears, and that way, if I ever needed to get into a psychiatric unit, I think I qualify automatically. You see the road curling to the left there, and see where it is in the distance, and it's going down to the right. The trail actually goes over that ridge and then turns right, because my house is over here to the right. There it is. Ain't she a beauty? Well, look at that view. I mean, I would like to live near the ocean, but then I get up and see this view, and it's like Hobbiton. I think my nickname should be Bilbo, or maybe not. Anyway, below the clouds, about mid-screen, is Mount Stewart, which is, of course, completely hidden in the snow clouds. That's a snow cloud. The very few, and of course they're almost always over the mountain. But as you can see, we've gotten a little dusting on the foothills. I think less than in a normal year, but when it comes to climate, what the hell is normal nowadays? Who knows? All I know is I shouldn't be able to be hiking at the end of the first week of December. Well, I changed my mind, mainly because I'm a lazy fat guy. But I decided to go up to Marmot Point, Marmot Rocks, whatever one wishes to call them. And as you can see, no big deal, but a little bit of a scramble. Have to be careful because covered with snow. But and the summit, or at least the summit of these rocks, is not visible from here. But certainly out of character for the rest of the country, isn't it? And the marmots like it. And I always trust what a marmot says. Decided to go ahead and go up to the summit. You can kind of maybe see the relationship between the Marmot Rocks right there, which I scrambled up, and then I came down right there. Oh, who's that ape? Anyway, so this just kind of skirts around that portion of the hill. It goes up and over the horizon there, just slightly, and then, maybe 100 yards beyond is technically the high point of this little hill. But my little 10-cent, probably totally erroneous thermometer says 30 degrees, and I'm starting to lose sun, and boy, it makes a hell of a difference. So I stopped and had no choice, and put on fleece and a hat and a pair of mittens over my liners. Well, this is the top. I just wanted to show you the difference the angle of the sun makes in terms of the color. Isn't that pretty? And you wouldn't notice the reddish and yellow contrast and whatnot. Oh my God, it's a scarecrow. Look at that. Man, that's a tall, skinny guy, isn't it? Now, you Californicators can disregard the sunset, because I know that you guys see sunsets ad nauseum, and that this is chump change for you. But I stopped here because I was hoping you'd be able to hear the yipping of the coyotes. Yip, 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 yip. Sorry, had to help. They weren't cooperating. I think all coyotes are born and forever remain teenagers, because they all sound like they're in mid-stroke. And they never look or trot as though they're anything except springy little teenagers either.